Hey, you know this is Mr. Smith with the Ring Review. I'm here with my co-host.
The Rich, who's better than you, and you know it, and you know why.
And you know we don't have to introduce him because he introduced himself.
It's Your Royal Highness King Midas, and I always want you to remember that everything is better when it's golden. So stay golden.
And hey, we got a legend in the building.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't know this guy, y'all don't know wrestling. So, we got Chuck Cole in the building. How's it going, Chuck Cole?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, we appreciate you being here. We talked about having you here. I know a lot of people were looking forward to hearing from you. We're going to talk about wrestling, your career, tell the people exactly who you are, what you've done, and how you've affected this industry in a big way. I'm going to let my co-host, The Rich, take over.
Oh man, it's my honor, it's my honor. Chuck, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
You know, I'm one half of the legendary Cole brothers. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say now, like, you right now, you're working out in Detroit and DC. You're one of the iconic figures, and I feel like, you know, once upon a time, you didn't see a lot of our faces brothers making moves like that. But however, you've been on the scene for over a decade. Shoot. Plus over like that, and I just want to know, what does it feel like seeing the development of the scene as you see more African American athletes and pro wrestlers rise throughout the indie scene, even though you come back with a day where it was just you and your brother.
And I tell you, I love it. I know when my brother and I, when we started, one of the I guess promotions that we worked for was Malcolm Monroe Senior. Now, you know, of course, like Malcolm, you know, being black promoter, Malcolm used to catch all kinds of flack amongst the other promotions, you know, and it's something like now when I look back on it, like I was real, you know, jacked up, but it was us, DBA, Malcolm, you know, the junior was there. We had another guy, Big Money Tony Smalls, my brother and I, and Malcolm will call us the West Side Connection, but outside of them, we later.
Can you give us a timeline? I ain't mean to interrupt, but just for the fans that may not know, was this around 90?
No, this is 96. So,
okay.
So my brother and I, we started training in 95. We had our first match beginning in 1996. We wrestled in promotion. What was it? Great Lakes Wrestling and ICW. That's Malcolm Monroe Senior, and it was another one, CWF, I believe. Those are the main three in the area that we wrestled for. So only black folks we saw was when we wrestled for Malcolm. You know, because of course, you know, you had Sweet Daddy, you had the Bug, legendary Bug. He was there, but man, we didn't see no black folks anywhere else. Like when we would travel and we would go to we would go to cities that them white folks, the only time they saw brothers was on TV. So
So you're real?
Yeah.
So this is really happening.
Yeah. So I tell you, and you know, and dude, I think he I don't know if I can cuss him out on here. This dude I'm about to mention, Monty Brown. He was a huge piece of shit, and I'm gonna tell you why. And folks know hearing this, and Monty, if you see this, you know you're a piece of shit for this. So my brother and I, especially when we started doing dark matches, and that's a whole nother thing, man. But when we started doing dark matches, man, so we would start like traveling around. We had people asking us to come to different parts of the city. I mean, not city, but the state, different parts of the country. And so when I say, man, we going out to the like west part of Michigan, wrestling in the middle of no damn where. So we go to this one spot, and it's in the middle of nowhere. And who do we see? We see this big, you know, built brother. It was Monty Brown. Oh, what the fuck? It's another, you know, black dude is built, because we used to, if we would see his brother,
Right.
he'd probably be like barely 200 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, he you know, mixing in with the crew. We call them rock and roll type brothers. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
You know, they black but they act white. You know, so But we
I
saw
feel we all the
Monty.
same brothers.
Yeah.
We hooked Monty up, had him like we had a show in Westland. We got Monty to on that show to wrestle with us because we were supposed to wrestle for like tag belts that night. We went to the promoter. Hey, we got this brother coming in. Can we just change this to a 6-man, just so that he can be seen? He was seen. Scott Namora, trash ass, was. I mean, I let him fly. If you want me to speak,
There you go.
Man,
Scott
let's
Namora,
get
trash
it.
ass.
Let me say this: at the ring review, we really are real about this. So
It's
tell
a
your story.
podcast, bro. This
So-
ain't on TV.
Scott, who always had a problem with me and my brother, Scott was there. He saw Monty. Next thing you know, Monty's ass on TNA. Next thing you know, Monty eventually after TNA, Monty wound up getting to WWE or WWF, WWE. Do you think Monty at one time ever said, "Hey, Chuck and Brian, thank you"? Hell no. So fast forward to 2007, we're in Philadelphia. We're waiting to see if they're going to use us now.
So you and your brother still wrestling?
Yeah, we still wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah. We like I said, this is like towards the tail end of the string of years where we would do a lot of the dark matches.
Okay.
So
And what were you guys going by the way, at this time?
well, I mean, they would call us like the Cole Brothers, COLE, or they would just say Chuck and Brian Coley.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for them to let us know if they were going to have us going on, because the night before we were in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
They didn't use us, but for the SmackDown taping, they were saying that okay, we're going to more likely use you guys, because I think like that Monday night they did the whole the draft, so it was it was chaotic. So so we were waiting. We were walking in the hallway, man, and like off to our left, like hold up, this Roddy Piper. Like, and I can tell you, like, being around all them dudes, like, we got used to being around them guys.
Yeah.
But Roddy Piper,
Yeah.
oh, we fucking marked out.
Now,
Roddy Piper?
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit. Like, man, we went up, checking again, hugged him. Like, man, come on. Like, like, talking like,
Piper's fit.
yeah, like, man, we just like, look here. We know it's backstage etiquette, but, man, we don't care. Like, man, you resist that. I mean,
Yeah.
we talking to him.
That is Hall of Famer.
yeah.
Roddy Piper you talking about.
So I do have a quick question because at the time, did they use people in the indies in dark matches, or were you like
You had to be signed.
or did you have to be
I
signed?
mean, you see at that last stage, that's when they were starting to kind of, they called it, extras.
Mm-hmm.
Because what was going on is that you would get a lot of dumbasses that would come into the, like they would literally come in, go park their asses in catering like they belong there, or sit in the locker rooms between other wrestlers like they belong there. Like no, like one thing, like Ron Simmons would told us when we like, hey, if you ever make it to New York, you get your asses in the locker room, go sit in a corner somewhere out of everybody's way, mind your business, keep your mouth shut, and wrestle when they tell you to wrestle. Take care of what you need to take care of, and don't get middle of the stuff. So every time,
There's the game.
every time we would go, man, look, we walk into a locker room, we trying to go into the corner. I can tell you, every fucking time we done been into a WWE locker room, man, we right next to the bathroom. We right next to it because nobody wanna, because
Right.
people going in there taking dumps, showers and what. No, I mean, we right next to the bathroom. We out of everybody's way. Hey, when some people started talking to us and we talking.
Yeah.
Now it got to a point like we come in and people would remember us and talk to us and kick it with us and stuff. But still, man, my asses are sitting there. As cool as we, like Ron is our guy. Like that was
That's one of our guys too.
Yeah, our mentor. Like so, anytime we walk in, boom, hug, dap, everything. Mark Henry was another one. He walk in, hug, dap, but still, our asses in the corner, staying away from everybody.
I'm glad you mentioned those two. And here on the Ring Review, we've cooked it up with both. Uncle Ryan, as we call him, he gave us some interesting advice as well, just navigating through what we do as media.
Yeah, and Mark Henry.
And Mark Henry as well. So we met both of those gentlemen. I could see everything you said about them, I know that's true.
Yeah, because they're like that. They're just genuine brothers.
Yeah.
They're all and they look out for us and they always give us, you know what I mean, the brothers like the real. I'm sure they do that with any pro wrestlers that come out with us, but it always hit different. Like I said, Ron Simmons
I think
on
it goes to they see this, right?
Yeah.
Let's not ignore this. This is what it is, and we are who we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they seen us, they was like, no, you know what? Come on over, let's talk. Teddy Long is another one that cooked up with us like that. Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Trying to think. We weren't around Teddy a lot. Like towards that trip, we got around Teddy, and it's a story I can tell you because we during the same night that this thing with Monty and Piper, we almost got into it with Randy Orton and Chris Masterson. So
this would have been early 2000s?
No, it was like 2007.
Yeah,
okay.
Because my man,
Chris Masterson still, man.
yeah, Santino had just won the
Okay, yeah.
He had just won it.
Because by this point in my wrestling fandom, I was in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I started in the 90s. And so that's why I say, I regret not knowing about the indies because I missed 20 plus years of history from you guys, and I'm just like, there was so much here, and it's just interesting because I also didn't know that was a dynamic that's what they did at the time. I just thought they were all like developmental people or people like under the WWE umbrella. I didn't know, like I just thought, the people doing the squash matches, I just thought they were the independent talent. I didn't know,
yeah. I mean, for the most part, it was like that.
Okay.
They would have guys come in, and and doing the squash matches, but like, I'm trying to think. Because they looked at us a little different. We never. Well, no, I can't say never because the match that we had with Albert and Scotty, and there was a few others that we did. But like again, it was we weren't on TV. We did a lot of dark match stuff.
Right.
We would go to towns, whoever they would have guys from that town. We'll wind up wrestling them. And then when as they start seeing us more and filling us out more, then we start we're gonna put you in the ring with these guys and see how it.
Did you ever make it on the televised?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, it sucked, but being able to do the things that we did, it was still.
And it's an opportunity that not a lot of people got.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask about that. So you and your brother, you guys are out making your wave and stuff like that. I think nowadays with the way the internet's set up, you guys didn't have the internet like how it is now, and the communication and the social media wasn't what it was. But like, how difficult was it to get booked or to get at? Because remember, you guys aren't at the Detroit metro scene. Is much history as it isn't a predominant pro wrestling scene.
Right.
It's not like you're out West Coast. You're not down south in that area. You're not. You know what I mean? You're not. So it's just like, so two guys coming out of Detroit, how do they maneuver in this time period? Like, what? Like, how do you kind of start making your waves?
So I'll tell you. So at the time when we got our first dark match, now they always WWF at the time would always say you needed 5 years experience before we would consider giving you a dark match, right? So my brother, my god brother, Big Rob Solari, who was our third man,
One second.
Deep Freeze.
1 second. Oh, my bad. You have to cut that at 14, 20.
I got it.
Because I thought it stopped because of the call.
Nope.
Oh.
But yeah, as you were saying.
Roll with me, my brother, and my god brother.
Yeah, me, my brother, my god brother, Deep Freeze, Big Rob Solari, God rest his soul. That was our sixth man. Like Rob was 6'2", damn near 400 pounds. But he was a damn genius. So, of getting, Rob was all into the dirt sheets. And he was real tight with Dave Nelson.
Okay.
Always been tight with Dave Nelson.
Okay.
So, all of a sudden, Brian tells me like, hey, Rob was able to get Jim Ross's email address, I sent him a tape. Like, oh damn, you know. The next thing you know, we get a call from Kevin Kelly, like, hey, yeah, took a look at your tape.
When Kevin Kelly was talent acquisition.
Yeah, we took a look at your tape. We like, what do you see? We gonna be in Detroit in a couple months. We want you there. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So and at the time, man, I was weighing like 210 pounds.
Mm.
Man, I mean, when I say I was eating pancakes, peanut butter and jelly, I was lifting every day, like just to try to get to 220.
Good old peanut butter sandwiches. That gets you thick.
Yeah, because at that time, everybody was on something.
Yeah.
Everybody was juicing. Everybody was, because they would say it. They used to say it to like, my brother started lifting weights like 9th grade.
Yeah.
So he looked the part.
Yeah.
And everybody thought that he was on that shit. He wasn't. Me, man, I'm coming from playing baseball and basketball. You know, I'm perfect for that.
Because you had the cardio sports keep you kind of slim.
Yeah. So you know, man, I had to. But they were always, well, you know, you need to get on the gas, or you need to take care. They later turned into, you need to take care of your body a little bit better. Oh fuck! I got damn near 6-pack. Well, I need to.
Right.
Like,
I got no body fat
you know,
right
like,
now.
Man, I'm not trying to do all this other stuff, man. But now, but somehow we got the email address, Jim Ross' email address, got it to Kevin Kelly. Once we got to Kevin Kelly, that was our opening. And we just met people, talked to people, formed relationships. Even when like Terry Taylor, when Terry Taylor was with WWF, he wanted to go into WCW. Oh shit. Make a phone call, hey Terry, remember Chuck Colton, Detroit? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember you guys, yada yada yada, let me get situated, blah blah blah. But then what stopped us, and I mean, we had a chance to be in WCW, but Vince wanted to buying it out. But,
yeah.
But when we were really gonna get heavy,
You were there doing the acquisition.
No, we were about to.
Okay.
With WCW, like Ron Simmons had told us, hey, you know, want to be careful if you go there. You know, they look a little different down there. And he basically talking about the white dudes because they would sit and drop, you know, N-bombs like it ain't nothing.
Right.
You know, they whole view on black folks was different. So, hey, he told us, like, hey, you go down there and you know, you better be able to fight, which we wasn't worried about because, I mean, we were bouncers. My brother was martial artist. I was boxing, taking, you know, martial arts. So I wasn't worried about it too much, but no, but that, you know, that's what we did. Once we got that first email, and because we knew how to talk to folks and build relationships, man, it was easy after that. Just trying to get in contact with people, you know, like, cause we wind up because of getting a hold of like Terry Bam Bam Gordy to be able to go down to his spot to try out for Noah when and we had an opportunity to go where we're supposed to be going to Japan for a tag team tournament when they were starting that, but 9/11 happened.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So I mean, it was always like, once we are able to meet somebody and form relationships, one of us is gonna make that bond where, like, you know, like, you not everybody you meet you're gonna click.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, it might be, you know, some guys that you guys meet, you might click with somebody better than me, you know? And same thing.
Yeah.
So that's how my brother and I, he clicked with somebody better than me, then he on it. If it was somebody,
and that is so true to the Ring Review way.
That's just how we operate.
This is how we operate. I mean, because like when we met
having a partnership.
our Uncle Charles, the Godfather, we really developed a relationship, and everybody who watches us and looks at us on social media knows that this past fall, in the summer, we hung out with him in Cleveland. And it was just...
Well, it took me an hour away from
yeah, we drove an hour away just to link up with him.
They get it.
But they get it. SummerSlam. But he's one of those ones where you can sit down and if you build that bond and you be real and not be a part, then you can develop that relationship.
Yeah.
You said something that was really that stuck out to me. You said you guys were doing martial arts, you guys were bouncers. So really, the Cole brothers are some dangerous brothers you don't never want to mess with.
They cold.
So let me. So before I tell you that, I want to finish telling you a story about the Monty Brown. So we're with Piper, and we talking, man. We just asking about different stuff. Well, I mean, we being marks, And he's just like, no, guys, you good. Like, no, man, like, hey, dude,
'Cause you're-
we was
yeah,
rooting for
no.
you. We
Yeah.
weren't rooting for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You know, we was rooting for you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. So Monty comes walking down the hallway, and I tap my brother like, hey, I said, look at this motherfucker walking down here. Let's see if he gonna say something to us. He walks right by us, didn't say a word. I said, bruh, you ain't gonna speak? Like, come on now. I said, we done basically got you on the
He from
spotlight.
here, right?
He's from West Side of Michigan. You know, we didn't help get you in the spotlight. You can't speak. Oh no, I didn't see you. Motherfucker, please. You got Roddy Piper and 2 black dudes right next to him.
And you didn't
ain't
see
me.
us?
Like, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So ever since then, it was just kind of like, man, come on, Monty. You know.
No.
Yeah.
But so I look at it like I said that I never wanted to be that kind of brother. You know, in this business. You know, if somebody helped me or need me to try to help, make a phone call or do anything, I try to do that. But it's just like, man, the one thing about this business, the Canadians look out for the Canadians. The Russians, you know, white folks gonna look out for the white folks. But us, like even like Mark tried to help as much as he could, but even his hands up. He was hands
I mean,
up,
he only
you
got
know?
so he
You only got so much
so
power.
far.
Yeah,
But-
but he would always, hey, go talk to this person, do this, make sure you do that.
And I hear that a lot about him too when I speak
I
to
mean,
other
even
wrestlers.
now you see him bring younger people into the
The
business.
talent that he's bringing in, and his son about to get signed and everything. But I wanted to speak on that, talking about us helping us, and just people kind of helping in with that. I've noticed in the federation you're feeling, Superior Championship Wrestling. There's a lot of urban talent in there, both white, black, brown, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a lot of new talent, both young, but been around and then new, fresh out to school. What does it feel to you? Working with some of these more youthful talents that may look up to you as like whoa, that's Chuck Colton, as well as just like the guys that are fresh out that are just kind of like, well, it's about me right now. Like, how are you feeling about the new talent scene that you've been able to work with?
I mean, personally, the ones I've been able to work with, I like it, and now I'll tell you, like, we would be extremely picky because in this business, like, especially for us, you can't walk around with no attitude. You can't walk around like you guys give. You can't walk. You. It's like you can be good, but you got to be humble.
What about God's servant? Because you got some wrestlers that walk around like that.
But you have to. You can walk. You can be the shit, but you got to be humble, especially because this is a business. This is an entertainment that, like, I can go and train for a boxing match.
Yeah.
I can go train for anything, a baseball, football game, whatever. And it's going to be me versus whoever on the outcome. But you in a business, the outcome is determined by who fucking likes you. Or are you, the fans like you enough where they're making money where we got to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep them coming.
Yeah.
I
And
think
so guys seem to lose that, and then like their egos start talking to them like, well, just come out here, because the biggest thing, like, I had to tell young folks a lot. When my brother and I were coming up, win, lose, or draw, we didn't care. We're not coming up, hey, what's the outcome of the match? Who going over? Hey, what's gonna happen in this?
Y'all
What's
about to
happening?
perform.
I think that was a very interesting question, and it's drawn some questions in my brain about some young talent and how you feel about it. And I'm gonna ask that question when we come back from this break.
Okay.
So we're back, and before we left to pay our sponsors, I wanted to ask you a question about somebody, since you say young talent. I want to talk to you about Jonte Keith.
Huh?
Yeah. I think we need to talk about John Tate.
I mean, that's cool and all, but I mean, you know what? We can we? I want. It's a story. I want to. Okay.
Well, yeah, because you were talking about being a martial artist and being a bouncer, like. Just how does that swerve into pro wrestling and stuff, or how did that translate over the road? Because I know they was trying to big dog people.
So back in the day, like when the Road Warriors, Nikita Koloff, Rick Rude, all those guys were bouncers. Back in the day, like 80s, a lot of you would see bouncers being a part of the wrestling world, and it was so different then. But you know, a lot of these dudes they tough as shit. So. But yeah, my brother and I, we were bouncers, and then when we did our first dark match, getting behind the scenes, and we seeing all these dudes, like man, like hold on, that's a big motherfucker.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a big motherfucker. Oh, that's a big motherfucker, even though he on roids. But then it's different from the indie scene. Like I would say this, man, when my brother and I came on the scene, we had some big dudes. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of big dudes. We had guys, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". It was big dudes for days. So we get to WWE, WWF, and it's kind of like, okay, they big. Oh shit, that's a big fuck right there, you know. And I remember one of I cannot think what one of the road managers. He's like, yeah, this is a business that you definitely got to know how to take care of yourself, because if not, they'll eat you up. And we like, what you mean, eat us up? Like, no, you know, you don't know how to fight, you know. And they would tell the stories about a lot of the stuff that took place in WCW or NWA back in the day, where dudes, you know, them, you know, I don't want to call them rednecks, but them motherfuckers, you know, something slip up, and they scrapping in the ring, and then hey, they come to the back and they scrapping. So, like I said, my brother was martial artist, worked out. So. Me, you know, I boxed a little bit when I was younger, but as soon as, man, we had our first dark match, like, you know, I did a keto, man, I got back in that boxing ring, started doing jiu-jitsu, like, no, and then, like, as the years started progressing, I doing more and more stuff. Now it's like, I ain't worried about nobody, you know. Somebody taking some ass whipping around here. Right. But we never walked around, even on the indie scene, we never walked around like the badasses. We carried ourselves.
That's you never do it. The loudness is always.
I mean, I out of respect. I know that you are a tough guy, so I ain't trying to get no smoke. But I mean, there is a guy that has really said he doesn't believe you want to smoke, and I want to get to it.
Who?
John Tate Keith. I really want to get to this.
Oh, come on, Mission. Come on, man. Like, let's be for real, man. Come on, come on. Y'all thought y'all. Come on, man. Come on. Like, so
no.
I mean, all due respect, brother. This show, you part of the show. Yeah, this show. You know, this. Thanks for having me come on, but nah, man. Come on, man. Like, I'm trying to kick down.
Understand, Trey. Well. In our past episode, he was on here. He did mention everything. He is all media champion at you know the federation that you were, you know, a foundational member at and everything like that. He mentioned your name a lot, but you know, he probably just wanted to, you know, Barry Success, John Tate is a friend of the show and stuff like that. But however, though, just going back to you, Chuck, like you got your family involved. You know what I'm saying? You're still in the championship picture. You're one of the best attractions. Shoot, in Michigan for that much, but definitely in the Detroit area. Your brother's still, you know, doing the thing. You know what I mean? Legendary figures around here. Like, what's that like managing stuff like that? You know what I mean? You're seeing young talents like, you know, all these guys going on, but you're still the man and everything. Like, how do you control it? How do you keep humble? How do you keep with the business first and stuff?
Well, you know, like, for me, I never look at myself as being a man. Now, I'll say that I'm good. I'm good at talking shit. I'm good at, you know, pissing people off. I'm good at, you know, getting the heat. You know, I know what it takes to be a heel. You know, I can go anywhere, any for the first time, and get that heat. And it's funny because like Pounder Patterson, he quit. Like, we disagree with a lot of shit, but he always tell me like, man, dude, you should never retire, because even at your age, you still, if not the number one heel around here.
But speaking of retiring, I'm sorry. John Tate's my guy, and he said that he wants to put up his championship against you if you put your career on the line.
My career?
Because you are in the picture, the championship picture. I was listening.
Oh man, look, this little motherfucker, man. I mean, and look, hold on. First of all, he don't carry enough cachet to put for me to have my career on the line with him. All right, let me break this down for the little. So, see, Jonte, my nephew, my brother and I finished his training, right? We finished his training.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
Two,
know that.
he was going around working for whoever, every little Tom, Dick, and Harry that wasn't being well respected and helping him out. I got him in a promotion called AWWL, right? He started having matches, good ass matches. To one of my favorite matches to this day was a ladder match that him and a dude named Harlem had. And this is like young. One of them, like when I say top 5 matches that I seen live personally, that was one of them. Very good ladder match. And I'm trying to think, I want to say we were not Jackson, but Albion, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
But one of like top 5 matches.
Okay.
All right. So this was shortly after my brother and his family went to California. So Cole Brothers wasn't tagging. I'm trying to get established as a singles wrestler. I have not received like any individual championship gold yet. So one of my first titles was the United States Championship of AWWL. So AWWL was ran by Eddie Farhat, the legendary Cheek's son. One of them. So he we're later on the show, and Eddie is known for having these crazy cooked up matches.
Right.
He had a Battle Royal cage match. I mean, think about that. Battle Royal cage match where you get eliminated, you had to get thrown out to the floor through the cage door. Crazy as shit.
Okay.
But yeah, Battle Royal cage match. Right? Now, at the time, again, I'm the U.S. champ, but the winner of this cage match will be the #1 contender for the AWWL
So
Heavyweight Championship.
that's a crazy concept. Battle Royal cage match.
Yeah.
Is that where you met? Like, is that where you met Jonte?
Well, no. See, this is where, because again, I brought him in. I helped bring him into AWWL. He did his thing. I was doing my thing. So we had never been in the same ring at the time. We get into the ring. It was him, a dude named Lou Crank. Fuck you, Lou. I know you running from me. I'll be in the ring against you soon enough.
Oh.
Tommy No Neck Johnson.
Oh.
And every time I see Tommy, it's on sight. Because
No Neck
he's
Johnson.
a crook, he's a thief,
Johnson.
he's no good.
Wow.
And Tommy, you know it. And my nephew.
Speaking of which, though, Jonte says he wants to see you in the cage again.
Man, he ain't gonna get it. No. He's not ready for that. And see, he helped those two try to eliminate me out of this match. But instead, what happened is I turned around and eliminated him. And see, ever since then, I ain't trust his little ass.
Oh,
Now, your boy walking around here, he want to be the Black Shawn Michaels. He want to go ahead, kiss babies, shake hands, make friends. And oh, by the way, I got, he won the interstate title, and I see the touching picture with your son, and I'm cool with that, man. I'm all for that. Black love, that's cool, but he is a low down snake in the grass, backstabbing sons of gun.
Well,
and if anybody that have family like that, who need family like that? He tried to stab me in the back. He tried to eliminate me, but I had eliminated him, and it's been on.
I hear all of this, and
that was a long time ago.
But listen, I hear all of this, and I see how you get involved in his championship match.
What? Who?
With Father Marquise.
No, you know what? Like the whole thing with me and the father, we had an understanding. I'm trying to help the young fella out with a couple of things, but see,
but at the expense of your nephew.
Look, man, look. That's on him. He started it. See, I'm 2-0 against Jonte.
Oh.
Okay.
We wrestled in a match, and if you hadn't seen the highlight, I sent it to you, where I stumped a mud hole in his ass and walked the drive, and we were in, what was that, MPWA. He wanted to challenge me again. Whooped him again. I don't need to do it
So
no more.
I've done my research, and I know the history between you and Jonte. But if you take this match with Jonte, I'm going to be in his corner. No smoke that I want from you, but I'm going to be in his corner. And I believe that all this time has went past because he studied. Now he's the champ. And I think, I know, he's got your number.
Mission. He is the first time interstate SCW champion.
With hard work. Hard work pays off.
I don't know
Classic
about all
matches,
that.
man.
I don't know about all that, man. Look here. I could have swore he threw some salt in Father Marquise's eyes. I don't know. I had to go back and look at it. But look, look. I give the young fella credit.
Okay.
He from watching what him and Marquise did from the first time they wrestled each other and built that up. And now somewhere Marquise took it to the left and they was attacking each other and confidential.
It became personal.
Yeah, it got personal and it was.
But I feel like this is very personal. Your uncle, his nephew, and I feel like this gets personal.
It's no beef. It got to be beef or rivalry. If both sides he taking ass whoopings. It's no beef.
But yeah, I guess it's no rivalry.
It's no because you.
Well, but I'll say this though, that may be on the personal wrestling record, but like you said, you are in Superior Championship Wrestling, and you are in the championship contingent, and right now this is currently a belt holder, and he's calling you out. It's usually the other way around, but he's calling you out.
And I think the Chuck Cole I think I know doesn't turn down the challenge.
Look here. Rich Fighter, look. I get what you guys trying to do.
It's just that part.
But he is the interstate champion. I am the 3-time former SCW heavyweight champion. That belt he got don't mean jack shit to me. Well, I can pull my nuts out and wipe my nuts with that belt. I don't care.
Let me ask you
I want the SCW heavyweight championship.
I get that. Let me ask you this though. And I think in pro wrestling we all know that you gotta do certain things to get back in certain pictures. So why not take this challenge, prove to the rest of the world you're still the Chuck Cole.
Well, the rest of the world know that.
Well,
they know that. I mean, look.
I'll say this though, but before you make your point, you did say you was 2-0, but in any sports series that we pay attention to, at the bare minimum of a sweep is at least at 3 or 4. I would say at least if you at 3 and out, there's nothing to even discuss and talk about.
NBA used to have best 2 out of 3, man. I ain't thinking about this bum.
Remember the first round used to at least be a series of 5. You had to get the 3-0. And if you go 3 and 0, we never bring it up again. But I just
John taking Kid Rocks.
What?
Look here. After my brother and I had our match against Studio 86 and beat them, I said I was done. Now, one of the owners did grant me a title shot to keep the peace with Brandon Hudson. He granted me a title shot. My whole thing is, if I'm going to come back, I'm waiting to see who wins between Rick Cartier and the Great Tiger. I don't care less about John Tate. John Tate can go and mess with John Tate, go mess with somebody else.
I get you want to get to that title, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm feeling like I came into this interview thinking one thing about you, but I feel like you cowering around the fact that Jonte has challenged you. And I think you should take the challenge. Just prove to the world that you are the great Chuck Cole.
Look, I don't need to prove to the world. See, let me explain something to you. See, while Jonte was messing around with Father Marquise, right? Mm-hmm. He wasn't paying attention to everything that I was doing. The things that I was doing with Superman Onyx, who's 3 times his weight. The things that I was doing with the Great Tiger. The things that I was doing against Brutus Atwell. The things that I was doing against any and every other heavyweight or anybody that I've been involved with. The things that I've been doing to walk around with 2 heavyweight championships.
Rich.
2 championship.
Hand me that. We understand how great the Great Tiger is.
Yeah.
We get it.
But see,
we get it.
he does not.
Yeah.
The only thing.
Love that. Let's go.
The only thing that he sees, he just happens to see the result. He doesn't see the things that I do. And I would not go at him because I don't need his mama looking at me cross-eyed, mad at me. I don't need his wife looking at me, trying to swing on me because I done beat her husband up. I don't need his grandmama and his granddad. Like that, like,
I think
I don't need that.
I know.
I
I just think that, maybe you need to go think about it.
I don't need to think
Because
about
if
nothing.
you dig that, peep this, I feel like I think it's time that the teacher meets the student.
Well, check this out. You know what? We did spend a lot of this just kind of spilled on out because it's all about you, Chuck. You know what I mean? Jonathan's time was last week and everything. We did, get some clarity on that you do not want to have any future matches with Jonathan for whatever reason, worried, whatever. But regardless, though, Chuck, I just want to say it is awesome. It's a blessing and a privilege for the Ring Review to have you here. We love what you're doing over there at Superior Championship Wrestling. And if you want the people to follow you, you know what I mean, get in contact and, just root you on as you go on your next championship reign, man. You mind letting these people know where they can follow you at and get in contact with you?
Well, folks, you can follow me at Chuck Colding, Facebook. As far as like the journey, I'm done. I got no reason. If I get back into the ring.
Well, you just said you were going for big belts.
Yeah.
I ain't big enough for you.
Yeah,
so.
if I did one more, it would be for the SCW Heavyweight Championship. But I'm done. Look, it's been 29 years, 29 wonderful years.
Awesome.
We have been fortunate enough to take pictures, be around a lot of Hall of Fame dudes, to be able to talk to. I just reminisced about constantly having conversations with George Funk Jr., being able to talk to Terry Funk Jr. a couple times.
Wow.
The talking about the night that we spent down in Chattanooga at Terry Bam Bam Gordy's place.
Okay.
Being able to meet a couple of Japanese greats. Like, there's a lot in this business that we've done. I'm done. I don't need to prove nothing. I don't need to like John Tay would be better off putting on a blindfold and walking his ass across 8 Mile before he get in the ring with me. He's safer doing that.
Well,
So
I mean, out of respect, I want to thank you for being on the Ring Review.
Oh no,
I do. But I think this conversation is not over. But as much as you want to end it, I'm gonna respect that. And we want to thank you for coming on the Ring Review. Midas, you can tell them how they can get to you.
You can find me at The Golden Empire on Facebook as well as on Instagram at The Golden Empire of King Midas.
And I'm Mission Smith everywhere. That's with the 2 Z's in the middle. Hey man, that's on all the social media platforms.
Oh, and that's right. Make sure you follow me at The Enrichment on Instagram and Richard Jackson on Facebook. And make sure on Facebook you're following the Ring Review. You know what I mean? Make sure, as well as, adding on to friends, make sure you're following the Ring Review on Instagram. We got to get the Instagram numbers up. So please, tell a friend to follow us on Instagram. We're posting our various things. Look for it on your timelines, and as well as look for all episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, and this was our legendary talk with Chuck Cole.
Hey, John Tay, don't listen to your boys. You're going to get your ass whooped.